What's up, grinders? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't figured it out already, I'm in China. And in fact, before we get started on this video, I wanted to show you my super awesome duper camera setup I've got going right now. So if we have a look over here, we've got a kettle with a tea bag box and a mug on top. And I'm going to try and balance my camera on top of this. And my wife is sitting over in the corner looking at me like, are you fucking crazy? Okay, so this is going to be like one of those setups where if you've ever seen those videos with the Japanese influencers, they're standing in the river and they're like putting little pebbles on top of each other and it's like an art form. This is the new art form. It's the Evildea balancing his camera on top of a kettle, tea bag box, and a cup. Okay, let's begin. What are we going to be talking about today? So every now and then I get a comment on my channel where someone will be like, hey, I'd love to learn X language, but I can't live in country. I can't just move there, immerse, so clearly I'm not going to be able to learn the language like all those other people who are able to travel there and do that. Now, obviously, that would be the optimal situation where you could just like move to the country, live there, and learn the language, yeah? However, I think you can get pretty damn close to it at home. And in fact, I feel like for the vast majority of people, they're going to make the most progress while they're at home grinding away, during the wee hours of the night type of thing, as opposed to going to the country. And to give you an example, okay, so right now I'm in China, and while I'm traveling here, I will spend somewhere between 15 minutes to like 40 minutes max a day actually speaking this language. Obviously, I'll look at signs as I'm going around, I may hear some random conversations here and there, but like actively using the language, 15 minutes to, 40 minutes tops. It'll be me going to a restaurant, maybe I'll order some food, I'll have a small chat with the waiter about, what's going on with the local friggin' environment here, or, fish stocks or whatever. I may be ordering from a small convenience store, or I may be just asking some staff directions at a tourist site, but realistically, I'm not going to be using the language that much, and I'm not going to be actively learning too much. I may pick up a couple of words here and there. The real progress is actually made while I'm sitting at home and I'm studying new words. I'm learning the grammar. I'm watching content with the intention of trying to pick up these new words that I've learned in context. So yes, I know it seems like the best way to actually learn a language is to go to the country, live there, and, just immerse in the language. But if you're at the very beginning of your journey, unless you're going to actually be on a course while you're there, you're probably not going to get too much out of it if you don't do everything that I've already said that you could just do at home anyway. So it's like, the way I see it is, as I travel to, say, China, where I am right now, this is the time where I get to practice everything that I've learnt beforehand. And I may pick up a few new words here and there. Like, in fact, I would say I'm learning less while I'm here as opposed to at home, because while I'm at home, I've got dedicated study time where I sit down and I literally just, grind the language. I focus on specific aspects of it. But while I'm here, I'm traveling around, I don't have that time available. I can't really do that because I'm either moving hotels, or I'm at some tourist site, or I'm eating a meal, or I'm fucking sleeping. I don't have the time to just sit down and study. So if the thing holding you back from learning a language is, oh my god, I can't go to the country and, immerse within the language, that's not really a good excuse, I would say. I would definitely just want to stress that you can get 90% of the way there, and maybe even further, if you put in the effort beforehand. Like, at least get to an upper beginner level, because like if you're not in the intermediate range for a language, you're probably not going to be able to do much anyway, and you're going to be relying heavily on your native language. So you might as well try and get to that intermediate level before you try and, run the gauntlet type of thing. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly talk about that because that was something that was on my mind today as I was doing stuff here. I was like, you know what? Like 2 years ago when I was here, I really couldn't do that much. Like, I was very limited, but now I'm able to do a lot more, and I'm getting a lot more out of it. So, even if I could have come earlier, for more extended periods of time, I probably wouldn't have got that much out of it, unless I was actively on a course anyway. That's pretty much it. That's my late night thoughts, and I'm going to leave you with that, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and see you all in the next one. Make sure you sub to the goddamn channel, otherwise Elmo will find you. Remember, he has been unleashed. He is no longer controlled by me.